In today's video, I'm going to tell you the story of a quiet suburban high school where a sudden lockdown caught everyone off guard. The teachers were confused, the students were panicked, but no one saw any threat. No announcement, no explanation, just a voice on the intercom telling them to stay hidden. As the hours passed and the sun went down, something about that voice started to feel wrong. So stay till the end, because some lockdowns are never meant to lift. It was a Tuesday. That weird kind of quiet Tuesday where even the fluorescent lights in the hallway feel louder than the students. I was in the library, third period, trying to stay awake through a video presentation on colonial trade routes when the loudspeaker clicked on. No chime, just a flat, emotionless voice that said, "Lockdown. This is not a drill. Lockdown immediately." That was it. No location. No reason. Just those 7 words. Everyone froze. Our librarian, Miss Carter, looked more annoyed than afraid. She shuffled toward the door, locked it, and turned off the lights like she'd done this a dozen times before. Most of us just followed what we were trained to do. Move away from the windows, stay quiet, sit low. But even in the silence, something felt off. Like the air in the room had changed. Heavier. Staler. 15 minutes passed. Then 30. Miss Carter whispered something to another teacher who had wandered into the library before the lockdown started. Their faces didn't show fear, just confusion. One kid tried to pull out his phone, but we had no signal. Not weak signal. No signal. The Wi-Fi wasn't working either. Nothing connected. One girl joked that maybe it was a cyber attack. Nobody laughed. An hour passed. Still no word. And then the lights shut off. Just like that. We sat in pitch black. I could hear shallow breathing, a few stifled whispers. That's when the intercom clicked on again. Same voice, same flat tone, but this time it said, "Remain hidden. Do not speak. Do not attempt to leave. It is watching." That changed everything. Miss Carter whispered that she was going to check the emergency phone in the staff room just down the hall. She told us not to move. But when she opened the library door, we didn't hear footsteps. We heard nothing. Just silence. Thick, unnatural silence. And after she stepped out, we never heard the door close. She didn't come back. Another 20 minutes passed before someone else cracked. This freshman, I forget his name, said he was going to make a run for the exit. He peeked out the door and said the hallway was completely dark. He took 2 steps into it. 2. Then we heard it. A scraping sound, almost like claws dragging across linoleum. It echoed from down the corridor, slow and deliberate. The kid froze. We all just watched as he slowly backed into the room and shut the door. He sat down in the corner and didn't speak again. Not a single word. Eventually, we fell into a kind of haze. Time didn't feel real. I don't know if it was an hour or 3, but eventually that same voice came on again. Still emotionless, still calm. It said, "You may return to your classes." No one moved. It repeated, "You may return to your classes." But the lights never came back on. The hallway stayed dark, and Miss Carter never came back. We stayed in that room until well past sunset. When one of the teachers finally cracked the door open again, the hallway was empty, but not normal. Every poster on the wall had been shredded. Lockers were dented and torn open, and written in huge scratchy letters across the floor were the words, "You should have stayed still." We didn't wait to figure out what it meant. We ran. I never went back to that school again. None of us did. No one talks about it now. Not in town, not online, not anywhere. Like it was scrubbed clean. But I still wonder, if we'd stayed still just a little longer, what was it waiting for? And sometimes, I still hear that voice at night, whispering from the shadows, "Remain hidden. Do not speak. It is watching." If you're still here, please consider subscribing to our channel. It really helps us keep sharing these strange little nightmares.